Thank you for being with us today. And we are here to celebrate women's impact on the industry and hear inspiring thoughts on the questions I would like to ask you. So here's my first question. I'm curious, do you think we still need International Women's Day in 2025?
Yes. And I think, and hi Sheila, by the way. So I think, I think Women's Day ultimately is meant to cover a range of topics, right? So it's from gender equality to reproductive rights to preventing violence to prevent abuse against women. So I definitely think it does have a place. And I think this year, if our research said correctly, the US has a focus theme on young girls and adolescent women. So I think that's definitely something that's important as well. But if we talk about in the workplace, I think it's important here as well, just to raise awareness for some issues, but also just for women to see other female leaders and peers and to see that they have a community, especially maybe in areas where there's not that many female leaders yet. It's always nice to have like a role model or just someone like you know, in the
Oh,
same
thank you.
organization.
And you too.
Yes.
Well, thank you. So here's my second one. What challenges do women face in the marketing industry, often considered a female dominated field, and how can we address them together?
See, I'm not sure that there's specific challenges for women in the marketing industry, because as you say, there is already probably more female leaders and more women in this industry than you normally see. So I don't know. I think it's more maybe an advice for women to connect more in this field and to use that expertise that we have and to use that range of talents we have here, and maybe to even broaden out a little bit outside of the marketing industry so women in other fields can benefit as well. But I think ultimately that it's already quite well saturated with women is fine.
Good.
Right.
And finally, what has been the most valuable career advice you have received? And what advice would you give to young women in the industry when it comes to career growth and self confidence?
You know what? I'd say two things. So one is to really network. And one thing I've learned is that many women I've spoken to, when you ask them, like, who do you look up to? Who do you want to be like? They struggle to think of another woman that they can identify with. So I think networking, talking to each other, really actively doing that, and with men and women, like not just with the same gender, but to actively look for a role model you can actually identify with rather than some stereotype that you think you might have to become. I think that's really valuable. The second thing, slightly different, is to always zoom out and to really talk numbers. So if you want in a business to make an impact, you have to be able to see where the highest level of the business wants to get to and translate that into numbers that support what you're trying to do. So to be able to talk the end result for the business and then break that down further into actions is something that is, I think, absolutely key if you want to really make it into a leadership position, if you want to lead rather than manage. If that makes sense.
That was very inspirational. Well, thank you so much for being with us today, and happy International Women's Day.
Same to you, Sheila. Thank you so much.
Thank you.